Hello again. Little bit of fun with Eunice. I wanted to start something new on Thursdays. I am so grateful for all of you who show up on Thursdays, who've been watching my videos for weeks, months, years, some of you. And thank you for your questions. I have some awesome questions here that I will start with, and then if you have more, please feel free to ask away, and I will do my best to answer them, always with all my heart. So, all right. Potternutmania, totally feel ya, says, how do you deal with feeling emotions you don't want to feel when playing a role? I need to act in anger for a role, but I really don't want to feel it or call it within myself. Wow, so many facets to that question. Great question. Thank you. I've been through quite a progression with this because I totally understand how you feel, where it's not wanting to embody certain things and feel them and attract them and all of that stuff. So I'm just going to share ad hoc what's coming to me today about it because it's been quite a progression for me. But number one, no emotion is bad. They're all feelings, and it's okay, and we actually, I believe, have to feel them. And so if there's something that I'm resisting feeling, it's because it's in me, and I actually need to. So diving in and getting in touch with my own anger was something really important to me, and I continue to look at all the emotions. Where anger gets a bad name is that then it depends on what we do with it. So if I'm going to be in my anger and then inflict it upon somebody or myself or something in a destructive way, it's not necessary. It can actually be a constructive force when I can really feel it and then get in touch with, okay, what's underneath that anger? Is there some action that I need to take that I've been denying myself? So number one, using that as an indicator of, oh, I'm resisting this. Let me go in and explore more there. That has been super helpful to me. And then also, I tend to be very choosy about the kinds of roles that I will do, the kinds of jobs that I will bring into the world. So, like I told my agents, I'm not interested in doing something with violence unless it's exploring how to transcend violence or why this doesn't work to have that old pattern or that same old way. So sometimes I'll play a role that is very much in an anger pattern or a violent pattern or something, and then is starting to realize that doesn't work. Doesn't feel very good. It's not maybe my most joyful option, and isn't as fulfilling as giving back. So that's another piece of it. And then another piece of it is that then just in the actual practice of, all right, I got to go shoot this scene all day or all week, and I have to feel some pretty gnarly stuff. And again, once I've done that kind of cleaning and clearing and looking in personally so that I'm not afraid to go there anymore, it doesn't have control over me. It's not this like Pandora's box that I'm trying to stuff down. Then I feel more comfortable playing with all the different colors of being a human. And I can go into that with empathy and go, wow, this is somebody's reality. Even if that somebody is this fictional character, and it's probably been my reality at some point in my life. So if I can go into it with empathy and go, wow, okay, let me just learn what it's like to be in this pattern. Let me really, really feel what it's like to be human as enraged. And then it can be just like a fascinating exploration, and maybe I'll journal about it, or maybe I'll do a video about it or something. So that helps to utilize it. Do you exercise to get rid of certain emotions? Asks Money Money. Interesting. Exercise is great, and it does work energy. It doesn't necessarily get rid of emotions. And the thing, like, emotions aren't something that I feel I need to get rid of. They're something that are coming up to be experienced because they're indicating that there's something deeper I need to look at. So if I'm feeling anger, then I might, maybe if it's so much, maybe sure, go for a run and just like kind of get out that main, just staying in that kind of loop. But sometimes you can run and just like stay angry and just keep playing the same old loop in your head over and over again, and that doesn't really help. But I mean, exercise can be great for that. But then I will meditate on it. If you're not a meditator, you can start, or you can journal is a great way too. To go, okay, what's underneath that anger? What is that covering up? Maybe I feel that my boundaries were violated in something. I can go, okay, where was I not upholding my own boundaries that let somebody else walk over them? Because that's it's a pattern, you know, it's never just one person. I'm not the victim of my life. We're co-creating all of this, I believe. So, and I don't have any control over the out there part. So if I look, as if it's any separate, but if I look at me and I go, oh, wow, okay, how could I do that in the future where instead of saying yes to something that I didn't really have a time or interest to do anyway, and then keep saying yes and giving more than than was sustainable for me, for example, I can go, all right, how can I do that in the future, and how can I honor my own boundaries there? James asked, hey Amy, did you see the video posted on your Facebook page? Ooh, I will check. Have you ever gotten into a character that you found something? Oh, ask again. Ask again. That sounded really interesting. I would love to look at that. Anita asks, can you share the title of the movies you watched with your mom and grandma that you recommend I watch? So, sure. You're referring to a video I did some weeks ago, I think after Mother's Day, where I was talking about looking at the stories that we tell, like the love stories that we tell ourselves and in our society that we try and pattern after, and we say, this is what love looks like, and anything else is not love, or is wrong. So, and these are all fabulous movies. So Moulin Rouge was actually one of them, referenced in my Eunice video just now. Love it. The Notebook, beautiful. These are all great. What else? I don't remember, but what's coming to me is actually Karina. If you haven't seen this movie, it's a tiny movie. Whoopi Goldberg, Ray Liotta. It's wonderful. It's so wonderful. And that's a great kind of different love story that I really like. There are so many. So those were just to take some of the archetypal ones and then look at what that brought up in me was an interesting exercise. Thank you, Anita. Francisco asks, what was the most surprising insight you ever had while trying to embody someone in this way? I think you're talking about one of my what's it called? Help me out, people. What are they called? When I do the thing with the embodiment, celebrity sketches. When embodying someone, do you build a model of their personality in your mind? How do you do that? How do you make sure? So, yeah, interesting. How do you make sure that it's not somehow biased or somehow Baudelarized? I'm not sure what that sounds like a fascinating word. So first part, the most surprising insight I ever had. I think it's always finding them in me, probably with the Trump one. Going into, all right. Since we're all one, and this person is me, Donald Trump is me, then what is it in me that's reacting so strongly to this person and their actions, this me that's over there that I'm projecting onto? And I still work with that one every day. Ha ha. But it was really helpful to look at, oh, okay, yeah, I can see where being in this kind of fight or fight mode where everything is a threat and I have to try and control the world to go my way, and where I'm really only looking out for my immediate needs and not the needs of, say, the planet that is going to provide for my food tomorrow, then yeah, I have that part in me that's like, me, that I'm working with on the daily. So that was a surprising insight. And then, do I build a model of their personality in my mind? You know, it's still Thursday. Yes, it is. I don't really build a model of their personality. To me, it's personality is kind of out here to me. It's, that practice is more, I meditate on the person, I watch things, and when I watch things, I absorb them in all areas of my body and my being, and I'm constantly, you know, taking the shape of a lip or the carriage of a person and applying it into me and going, okay, how am I like this? How am I like this? So I just get, so in that particular exercise is like a 10-minute exercise where I go in. It's not what I do when I'm playing a person in a film who lived or on stage. That is a months or a year process. When I played Helen Keller, I spent a year learning about her. So then I can go much more deeply into minutia. Hi there, how are you? Is your, are we ever going to see Howard? Well, ever is a long time. Who knows? That is possible. Thanks so much for answering. The Trump one was what brought me here. This radical way of empathizing is so fascinating. Thank you, Francesco. I'm so glad you were here today. Oh, so special. Thank you. Yeah, you know, and more that is my practice. It's really, really what I'm doing here. Is just, and that's why I love to be an actor, because it uses all the parts of me. Can I really, really not judge this person? You know, can I really not judge myself? Can I learn so much about me that I can find reflections of this person that I would see as an entire separate entity within myself? In which case, it's so much easier to be non-reactive when I encounter somebody who triggers things in me, because I'm going, oh, that's my stuff. Okay, what can I look at there so that I can be more present to who this person is? Did you listen to any more Janis Joplin after my celebrity sketch? Yeah, some. I would love to do more. Yeah, and I watched some videos too. What a fascinating woman to watch. I mean, she's so just raw and like unaware of what she looks like, or as we say in the comedy world, she's got face. You know, she just goes all in, and I love that. I totally love that. I wanted to bring something too as an option. If anybody would like to send me something in like the mail, I would open it. If you wanted me to open it live on camera and respond to you live, I would love to do that. And of course, I'll write back to you in 3D as well. So I'll put my P.O. box, and it's on my website too. But I love to do that on Thursdays. It's a thank you. You know, some people call it fan mail. I just don't think of you as fans. That there's nothing wrong with that word, but to me, we're the Vibers. We're a team. And if you'd like to do that, that would be really fun. If you send me something and you don't want me to read it on camera, just say, don't open, because I will otherwise open it live on camera. So, and thank you, of course, to all of you who have been sending me things. I just didn't want to open anything without your permission. So it's going to be a thing. If you want it to be open live, I would be happy to do that. All right, my dears. I think that's all the questions that I had here. I know that Arafingol, is that how you pronounce it? You had a question that I think I missed in here. I didn't quite get to all of it. So if you can pop it up there before I go. Yes, Arafingol. Arafingol? Arafingol? Arafingol. How is it pronounced? I really want to know. Can you have a kiss? Mwah. Thank you, Ace. Thank you all. Alright, we got Arafingol. Which one's emphasized? Anyway, Arafingol. It feels like... Yay. Alright, or write it in the thing and in the chat or on Facebook and we'll get to it next time. Next time, Gadget. Much, much love to all of you. We are connected. I will see you next Thursday. Thank you. Bye. We are connected!